Hey guys, Arosa03 here. Welcome back to the channel and thank you very much for tuning in. In today's video, I want to talk about Apex Legends. I'm going to break it down into the good category, the bad category, and the for better or for worse category. Let's go. Welcome to 2019, an era where Battle Royale is the hottest topic since Is This Dress Black and Blue or White and Gold? David Vanderhart is still a bit of a dick, and I personally find PUBG a bit meh. That's because you suck. Well, he's not wrong, I guess. Anyway, I also refuse to play Fortnite still. It's because you can't build for shit. Again, he's not wrong, but hey, it's besides the point. We're here to talk about Apex Legends. It is the surprise drop from Respawn Entertainment, and I say surprise because it was in fact the worst kept secret in gaming history. What a better place to start than with the good, so let's go. Alright, so I'm just going to brush over the ones that have already been done because we all know these sort of videos have already been done to death. There are just a few points that I don't see anyone else really talking about that I want to make at the end, so just bear with me while we get to that. But the first point from the good is that overall this game feels fantastic. It's a AAA title being Respawn. All the movement and the gunplay and everything like that feels pretty polished, pretty clean, pretty tight. So just generally the game feels great. And I also have to say, nothing feels better than finding the steepest hill you can, holstering your gun and sliding down a hill. It's amazing. So if you haven't done that yet, I'm sure you have, go try it, it's awesome. Point number 2 is that they've taken the core elements of Battle Royale that we all know and they've expanded on it, and I do think this is the golden standard going forward for Battle Royales. Any Battle Royales that come out in the future from here on, mark my words, they're going to have elements of Apex Legends in them. Starting with the jump. So basically a jump master is assigned randomly, and that jump master gets the final say and the control of all 3 characters on the way down to the map. You can split off from the jump master, but it seems that a lot of people, even playing with randoms, they don't seem to do it, which is good. I would recommend though, just splitting off from the jump master at the end, if there's not too many people following you down to the same area. I just find that if you all land in one building, one person seems to come out the other end of the gun, and it's a bit of an uphill battle trying to get a gun for everyone in your squad. So if you split off and cover 3 buildings, it seems to help a lot. Another key element of Apex Legends is each individual character has their own abilities. Everyone has a passive ability, a main ability, and then an ultimate ability. It's kind of like Overwatch in that regard, and it leads me to believe there's going to be a pretty solid meta you can use with these characters once everyone's sort of had more hands-on time with the game. I think it's a bit early to tell what you can do, but I do see a lot of potential, especially with new heroes or legends being introduced as time goes on. Also, they've added to the revive system. It's the basic Battle Royale we all know, where if you get knocked down, your teammate can come and revive you, but if you're fully killed out of the game, your teammates can actually go pick up your player card, take you to a spawn beacon around the map and chuck them back into the game. I think that's really cool. I also found that the person who picks up your card doesn't actually have to go to the spawn beacon themselves. It can be the third person in your team, meaning that one person can stand at a spawn beacon while the other person goes and collects the card, and they can instantly be brought back into the game. That's also pretty damn cool too. Next up is the ping system. So you can actually play this game without communicating via a microphone. I know a lot of people don't like to talk for various reasons, but you can just put your cursor over an item, a location, or an enemy, and you press the middle mouse button and it actually pings it for your whole team, as well as enabling a voice cue from your character. It's crazy. It's like, this is a new feature to a Battle Royale, but it feels like it should have been in there from day one, from the very first Battle Royale. Next up is the looting system. It's basically the same principle of all the Battle Royales, except they make it all very easy to see exactly what you have and exactly what you need. So if you pick up a weapon and it's got heavy ammo, which is green, it'll just have a big bright green heavy ammo in the bottom right. Also, if you have ammo or attachments that aren't compatible with the current guns that you're carrying, it has a red circle with a line through it. indicating that it's not compatible and that you should drop it. The only time I'd recommend holding on to this is if you do plan to pick up that weapon later on and you haven't come across it yet. There are also just various quality of life improvements they've made for Battle Royale games across the whole thing, such as when you cook a grenade to throw it, it does have a line indicating exactly where it's going to go. It's only small, but it has helped me so many times. I've landed my grenades perfectly where I want to throw them just from this alone. It's one of those things I never thought I needed, and now that I have it, I probably can't go back to not having it. So yeah, Respawn have done a pretty good job in this game all round, and I really do like it. Inventory management. So this basically drives me right up the wall. I do hope they fix it, or they do notice it, and it wasn't put in on purpose or anything like that. But ammo takes a slot in your inventory and it has a maximum, and once you reach that maximum it takes another slot in your inventory. I do feel they should put it separately, like they do with the knockdown shields and stuff like that, as seen in the clip here. The way I see it is that it doesn't add anything tactical or fun to the game. It just causes me to choose between ammo and health and shields, and I really do hope they fix this. They could either increase the spawns of higher level bags slightly, or increase the ammo spawn rate, add a lot more ammo through the map, or like I said, just make it a separate damn item. Next up for the bad, and it's not overly bad, but it does gripe me a little bit, and that is when you heal and use shields, it feels a little bit clunky. I'm not sure if it's animation or what, but it feels a bit clunky and it takes a lot longer than I'd expect it to. Maybe I'm just used to blackout where it's quite smooth and it's quite easy to heal. So I do think it's fair to give it a bit more time just to see if I get used to it. But it seems that in the middle of a gunfight, I'm forced to choose between ducking behind a rock to heal and hopefully the enemy doesn't chase me down, or just to use whatever ammo I have left and hope that he doesn't hit me because I am one shot at that point. But like I said, it's not a massive deal at this point, but we'll see how that goes. And the last little point that I want to make here is not a big deal, and it might seem like I'm nitpicking here, but it really does frustrate me, is as of the last time I played this game, there still doesn't seem to be an option where I can hold the inventory button just to bring it up for a brief second and let go to get it to go away. It's only push to bring it up and push it again to get rid of it. Yeah, it does seem like I'm nitpicking, but my god, that's infuriating. Alright, this section here, I couldn't really fit these points into good or bad, so I thought I'd make this section just to sort of talk about any points that aren't really being talked about. Apex Legends could be a Call of Duty killer, at least a blackout killer anyway, but the timing of the release is pretty interesting itself. While it seems blackout is dying, maybe, at least here in Australia on PC, as we can't find a solos or duos game. What people seem to be forgetting is that Battlefield 5 are set to release their Battle Royale game mode in the next couple of months. I think it's pretty close. Not that I think there's a lot of hype around Battlefield at the moment, but it is definitely an interesting talking point, and I wonder how it's going to affect Apex Legends, if at all. Next up would be their communication about updates. They have released that roadmap which shows exactly what they're going to release, etc. But what I can't seem to find is a steady stream of communication from the devs at all. Like, in regards to our feedback, are they taking that into consideration? Are they planning on fixing any of the problems that we're talking about or anything like that? Maybe I'm wrong and I've missed it, but I've been looking out for it and I haven't seen any talk of that at all really. And the last little thing I want to talk about here is the possibility of a big meta, like an Overwatch Meter, for Apex Legends. I mean, there could be solid team comps that rock, paper, scissors other team comps, kind of like we have in Overwatch, but for what I've seen, for the most part, it doesn't seem to matter. And then I'm thinking, if people do start using team comps, is it what Battle Royale needs? Is it going to make the game less fun? Because sometimes metas in Overwatch can get pretty stale and overused. Is that going to be the same for Apex Legends here? Because if metas started getting boring and stale, this game could fall with it as well. But that's just me spitballing. I'm not 100% sure on what way it's going to go. But I guess Respawn have done a really good job of this game overall, and I think they have deserved a bit of breathing room here. That's why I'm not being so harsh on them. Bottom line is, I love this game. I have not put it down since I got it, and I think it's going to stay that way for a very long time, at least for the first couple of seasons. Then I'll reassess and how we're going from there. But anyway, I'd love to know what you think. So are you as excited as I am about this game? Are you enjoying it? Are you loving it? Do you hate it? Have you even played it yet? Love to know what you think. Let me know down below.